All right, so we're here on the charts, and this right here is the MT5 app, okay? And this is where I'm going to demonstrate how you can calculate your lot sizes. All right, so before we go on, let me explain a few things that I'm going to be using, okay, for this video. Okay, as you can see on the top menu right there, it says D1. Okay, so if I click it, I can go ahead and change the time frame. Okay, I can go ahead and change, let's say I wanted to change it to the 4-hour time frame. I can click on H4. Let's say I wanted to change it to the 15-minute time frame. I can go ahead and just click on M15, and so on and so on. Okay, all right, so let's move on. So next we have that plus looking like symbol. Okay, so it's the crosshair symbol. Okay, so if I click on it, it will pull up this the crosshair or the plus looking like symbol. With that symbol, I can be able to measure the points. All right, so if I click it, let me click it once again to deselect it. So if I click on it, it will place it on the chart. So if I click anywhere on the chart, okay, it will highlight from the middle to the point where I clicked. Okay, and as you can see, it says 425 points, but I can adjust it. Okay, I can keep adjusting it, and this is the tool that I'm gonna use to measure the points. Okay, so it's important, right? The next we have the indicators icon there. So if you click there, you can go in and select your indicators. Okay, the next we have the objects. Okay, so I'll use this when I want to add some text on the chart. Okay, the next we have that clock looking like symbol. Okay, so the clock looking like symbol is the pending order tool or icon. Okay, so if I click it, okay, it will pull up a pending order on my chart. All right, now like I said, this will not be in this video I will not be explaining what pending orders are. I have a beginner basic forex trading course on my channel, on this channel, so you could go in and watch it. I think it's 12 lessons, but in there is a lesson that actually talks about pending orders. So I will not be talking about what pending orders are. Okay, so if you want to know what pending orders are in detail, go ahead and check out my beginner forex trading course. It's on my channel. Okay, all right, so let me click on it to deselect it. Then last on the right we have the market order button right there, or the market order icon. So if I click it, it will pull up this kind of like menu where I can sell and buy. Okay, so it pull up the sell and buy button. Okay, and in the middle right there is where I can adjust my lot sizes. Okay, so I can put in any lot size I want. Okay, all right, so right here, like I said, this will pull up the sell and buy button. So these are the market orders. Okay, so if I wanted to buy right now, I'll just go ahead and click buy. If I wanted to sell right now, I could just go ahead and click sell. Okay, all right, so let me pull it back. All right, so like I said, we are gonna assume that we're dealing with a 5,000 US dollar account. Okay, and we're gonna pretend or assume that we want to risk 1% of 5,000 US dollars, which is $50. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to start with the GBP USD. All right, so I'm going to start with GBP USD. Okay, and so I'll go ahead and click on the pending order tool. Okay, so if I click the pending order tool, it will pull up a pending order. So this time it pulled up a buy limit, and as you can see, it also comes with a menu. Okay, as you can see, it has an X right there, so I can just cancel this if I didn't mean to, if I didn't mean to click it, I could just go ahead and cancel it. Then it has where it says buy limit, so this is where I could just go in and flip through the different pending orders. Okay, so I can change it to sell stop limit, I can change it to buy limit, I can change it to sell stop. Okay, then it has where it says SL. Okay, so that's my stop loss. Okay, or the stop loss. If I wanted to add the stop loss, I'll just go ahead and click on SL. Okay, so it will pull it up on the chart, and I can go ahead and just drag it where I want it. Okay, then it has where it says TP. So TP is take profits. So I can just go ahead and just click on TP. So it will pull up the TP, and I can go ahead and just drag it on the chart. Okay, and it also has sorry about that, let me pull it back again. It also has that arrow that's pointing on the right. Okay, so if I click that arrow right there, I can actually go in and select the lot size I want this buy limit to have. Okay, or this pending order to have. Okay, then I can just go ahead and just press the place button. So if I click on place, it will place that pending order, which was the buy limit, on my chart. Okay, all right, so let me go back now and do it again, over again. So like I said, we're going to use pending orders. We're not going to be placing the pending orders. We just want to use the pending order tool to our advantage, okay? Because the pending order will have some information that will help us calculate. Remember, step one, we want to calculate the unknown number. Then when we get the unknown number, the next thing we want to do is go ahead and calculate our lot size, okay? All right, so let's click on the pending tool icon right there. So it will pull it up, okay? Like I said, you could choose any pending order, okay? All right, so let me drag it. Now, I want you to be careful, okay? Because you'll be dealing with a live market, okay? And the reason why I kept the time frame to a daily time frame is because, remember, if you put it close to the market, okay, it might just come and just trigger it, okay? Because you'll be dealing with a live market, okay? Remember, you have to log into your broker, okay, for you to be able to test this, because you want to know what lot size, because like I said, different brokers or different prop firms have different contract sizes, okay? So they're measuring the contract sizes differently, okay? Remember when we talked about the types of lot sizes, we talked about standard lot, and we said it's one lot and it's equal to 100,000 units. That could be different for depending on the broker or prop firm. And we also talked about it could be different when it comes to calculating your lot size. Let's say with Forex pairs, okay, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, and with metals, it could be different, and indices. So you want to be careful, okay? So now, what I don't want to place the pending order close to where the price is, where the current price is, because price may just trigger it and then it will execute this trade. So I want to keep it as far as I can. Okay, let me put it all the way up there, okay? And let me change it to actually a buy stop, okay? Then add my stop loss line, okay? So I put my stop loss right there, and I want to make sure that you can actually see it. So let me drag it just like that. Now, this is the reason. Actually, let me go ahead and first place it first. So I'll click on the right arrow right there. I'll keep the lot size at 0.2. Okay, but this right here doesn't matter, guys. Remember, we're not trying to place this order. We're just trying to use it because it has information that will help us do the calculations, okay? So let me go ahead and just place this order right here. But as you can see, I placed it all the way far away from where the price is, and this is the daily time frame. So there's no way price can come all the way to this order before I finish this calculation. There's no way, okay? Because this is a daily time frame, okay? It will take time for price to come from where it is up to this point. A lot of time, all right? So as now, like I said, we want to use this because it has information that will help us do the calculation. So let me click on it again. So if I click on it again, it will highlight it and it will display the information that is contained on this pending order, okay? As you can see, the blue line says buy stop, okay? Then it goes ahead and says 0.2, which was the lot size that we placed in. Remember that? Then it goes ahead and says SL, which is stop loss, the red line now, okay? -100 US dollars. So this is the risk, okay? The negative 106.20 US dollars is the risk, okay? So now we have the lot size, which is 0.2. We have the risk, which is negative 106.20 USD. Then we also have the points. As you can see, it says negative 531 points, okay? So that's the information I'm going to use to be calculating my unknown number, because I want to know what number they're using to actually come up with this risk, okay? What number is the spending tool using to calculate this risk, which is negative 106.20 US dollars, okay? Now, let me explain something. So the points come in. So you see where it says buy stop, okay? So the difference between your buy stop line and your stop loss line has a difference of 531 points, okay? That's where the 531 points come in, okay? All right. And for this for the calculations, I want you to not focus on the negatives, okay? So we're not going to focus on the negatives. You see where it says negative 106.20 US dollars, okay? I don't want to focus on the negative, okay? The reason why it says that, because this is your stop loss, okay? That means if this let's say this pending order got triggered and then it hit your stop loss, you will lose 106.20 US dollars. That's what it means, okay? That's why it's negative, because it's the stop loss, okay? If it was the TP line, which or the take profit, it would be in positive, okay? All right. Now, like I said, we want to use this information to make sure, one, we calculate the unknown number that they're using to come up with the risk, which is 106. All right. All right. So let's head now to the calculator now. Okay. So we have the points. Okay. So we should go to the calculator. We have the points, which was 500. I think it was 531. Yeah. 531 times 531, then times the lot size. Like I said, the lot size doesn't matter, okay? But in this case, it's 0.2. Okay, so we wanna calculate this to give us the 106.20 US dollars, okay? And this is where you have to try different numbers, okay? Because we don't know that number. Remember, it's an unknown number. So we have to just keep on trying until we get that number, okay? All right. So let me begin with a 3. As you can see, if I put in a 3, that's way above, okay? Let me go to a 2, okay? It's still above, okay? It's 212.4, but the number I'm looking for is 106.20, okay? So let me try a 1. As you can see, okay? So that means 1 now, okay? So that means these two right here, okay, this pending order tool, which is the buy stop in this case, is using 1 to calculate the risk, okay? So I want to go now. So now I'm done with this, okay? So I'll just go ahead and click on delete. As you can see, delete right there. So I'm done using I don't need the pending order anymore, okay? So just go ahead and, just delete it, okay? Let me delete it. Then I'll go back to the object icon, because I want to add this number on my chart, because I don't want to keep doing it over and over again, okay? I just want to look at it and then know the number, okay? As you can see, if you add the text, you can go ahead and just, increase the font if you want. As you can see, you just click on the plus or the negative, you just reduce the font, or you can go and play with the colors, okay? But one thing I want you to note, you see those circle looking like things on the sides, okay? That shows that this number is highlighted, so I can drag it and move it on my chart, okay? I can drag and move it, I can expand it, I can move it, okay? So if you want to, make sure it just sticks, okay? So that, you don't accidentally click on it and move it, okay? You could just, click click it right there and they will disappear. That means right now it is actually pinned. So I cannot just, accidentally, let's say I was scrolling on the charts, I cannot just accidentally, click on it and move it, okay? So our unknown number is 1, okay? So let's say at this point, I was looking at my chart, okay? And I want to take a buy right here, okay? But when I measure, okay, so I want to take a buy from where the price is, but I want my stop loss to be right here, okay? Remember, I got this plus looking icon, which is the crosshair, okay? So I'll just go ahead and just click on it so I can just move it to the point where price is and then click anywhere on the chart, okay? So it will just highlight that the distance, okay? And it will display the points, okay? So let's say I wanted my stop loss to be right here, okay? And as you can see, it says 682 points. But remember, like we said, we're assuming that this account is a 5,000 US dollar account and we want to risk $50, which is 1%. It could be different for your account. You could have a $2,000 account and you want to risk 50 and you may want to risk 1% of that. So you can go ahead and just do the calculation. I'm just assuming that this was a 5,000 US dollar account and I want to risk 1% for every trade that I take, okay? I want to risk 1% per trade, okay? I want to risk it every time, okay? Which is good risk management, okay? So now, as you can see, it says 682 points. So what I'll go, so let's say I wanted my stop loss to be right down here, okay? And the points are 682 points. So the question is, how do I now turn these points? Which lot size should I actually place my order with, or should I actually place in to make sure that I'm only risking not more than 50, okay? Not more than $50, okay? Because sometimes, let me be honest, sometimes you may not, get that number that, that is 50 all the time, okay? So you just want to keep it below 50, okay? So below 50, you're safe, okay? Because it's the same thing. You're not risking more than 1%. So now let me go into my calculator now. So I measured my stop loss and my stop loss says 682 points, okay? So let me go now to my calculator, okay? 682 points, okay? So I'll go in and multiply it with the unknown number that I actually calculated in the beginning, which was 1, okay? Now, this is where you also have to keep trying different numbers, okay? You have to keep trying different numbers until it gives you 50, okay? Because 50 is how much I want to risk, okay? So I want to try different numbers for the lot size. Okay, now the next time I'm going to be putting in right here is going to be the lot size, okay? But I want to try different numbers because I don't know it, okay? So I want to keep trying until my answer is $50, which is 1% of $5,000, okay? Which is the account size that we assumed, okay? All right. So go ahead and maybe start with, let me start with 2. Okay, as you can see, 2 goes way up, okay? Let me go to 1. 1 is still up, okay? Let me go with 0.3. Okay, 0.3 is still up, okay? Let me go with 0.03. As you can see, it's below 50 now. 0.6. Okay? How about 0.7? Okay? Okay, 0.7 is close, but let me try 0.8. So 0.8 is way above. So I'm going to go with 0.7. Okay? So now, if I wanted to place a trade on the JBP, let me go back to the chart. On the JBP USD now, right now, let's say I wanted to place a buy trade. So I'll go in and just click on my market order button right there. And I'll go in and just change my lot size to 0.07. Okay? Because this will ensure that, I'll only be risking $47.74, okay, which is less than 1% of my account, okay, which is actually less than 50, okay? That's what it means, okay? So the lot size I'll be using is 0.07, Okay, this will ensure that I don't risk more than 1%. Okay.